Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is a Scorpion. It's a Tier 7 American turret. Well, it's not really a turreted tank destroyer, it's just a tank destroyer, really, basically. It's located on the westbourne of Studzianki, and it's under the command of me. Yes, it's one of my replays. And this replay really is to try and give an example to a colleague and fellow player why you shouldn't rush in and try and engage the enemy straight away, and why you should hang back and let the enemy come to you so you can take them out of the game. Well, I've got a 90mm gun, and it's very capable of doing 240 alpha and penetrating 219mm of armor with standard AP, and that goes up to 275 with the heat rounds. So it is a very capable tank destroyer. But there's nothing in sight there at the moment, so nothing for me to shoot at. Now this thing has basically got no armour whatsoever. I mean, that gun shield, that's really there for show. It doesn't really even stop bullets for that matter. And the crew are basically just hanging onto the vehicle. It is basically an airborne vehicle. It was designed to be parachute dropped, and they did actually use these in Vietnam quite effectively as well. It's very small. It's only about the height of a man, actually, this vehicle, and it's basically just one huge 90mm gun on top of a motor carriage that can carry it around. Well, I abandoned those positions. I didn't think those positions would work for this little tank destroyer, but I thought if I went down here I might be able to get some good shots at the enemy from some of these bushes down in this lower part. I'm not going to rush in and try and find the enemy. I'm going to take this slowly, bit by bit. So I've watched the OI go in, and suddenly I've seen there's an OI up there, and I knocked the tree down. Now, yes, admittedly, I do tell people don't knock trees down, because if you knock a tree down, you give away your position to the enemy, especially the enemy Arty if they're looking. But there's no Arty on the enemy team, so they probably didn't see the tree fall. Okay, we've got a couple of tanks up ahead of me, an Excalibur and an OI. And I looked at my range rings, and I could see that the OI and the Samur on the enemy team are off there in the distance, and that bush is between me and him, so I'm invisible to him by the bush mechanic. They can't see me. I tried the first shot at the body, it didn't go through. Tried a heat round on the turret, that didn't go through. So I'm now going for the lower plate. Yep, that one went through. 242, so I get a high roll. Yeah, remember the alpha, it's 240, so that's just by 2 hit points a high roll. But he's pulled back behind the church. But I'm pretty sure he's still there. No kills either way at the moment. Nobody's rushing in to engage. Oh, the OI comes out again. I thought about firing, but if I fired then, it'd probably hit the track. Wouldn't do any good. He is a one-shot now for me. Just need to put the shell in the right place. The true test in this one, as in most Arty battles, is patience. Let the enemy come to you, and you'll get them. And the enemy, our OI, is now going in to try and engage. Which, well, he's a very big tank and a very big target, and he's going in, and there are enemy tanks there, and he's starting to get shots from them. There's a Samur over there, an M6 in the dip. Fires being exchanged. The OI's lost some hit points, he's lost some more. I can see there's a VK behind the church there, but I've got no shots. Our OI's pulling back. The enemy's pushed through the dip and they're coming up the other side. And so at this point I thought, well, maybe I need to pull back. I'm a little too far forward. Okay, they've lost the tank. They just lost the budgie. Can't see that VK. Yep. In fact, actually, I didn't realise until later that, yeah, that wasn't going to get him anyway, so it was a complete waste of a shell there, and that was a heat round as well, so maybe I should have been a little more cautious. Anyway, I'm pulling back, and the OI is doing the same. He's coming back this way. And we're just going to sit it out and wait for the enemy to come. The VK3601H comes into sight, but then pulls back, then comes forward. And I take the opportunity to put him out the game. So I've got my first kill. Now we know that Samua's crossed the dip. There's a Scorpion in the dip, but I don't know where to get anything near him. The Samua's coming this way. Oh, he's going after him. He hasn't got much in the way of hit points. But I think he's trying to get behind that building, so he's got a bit of cover. And I've pulled back a bit more myself. We're 2 tanks down on the enemy at the moment. Oh, he's still backing towards me. He's only got 52 hit points left, so he's obviously now feeling that he's a bit vulnerable. I'm covering him on his withdrawal. He keeps rocking backwards and forwards now. And somebody saw me and I didn't see them. The OI hit me for 634 hit points. I fixed my engine and I realised I've got to get out of here. I didn't get any 6th sense warning at all. And I suspect that OI hit might have been aimed at the other OI, or it might have been fired in my general direction in the hope that they could get me. The 6th sense didn't go off, but the Super Hellcat dies for my shots. And there goes the OI. The Samua is nearby, but he is low on hit points, and so am I now. I'm down to 131 out of the 820 I started the game with. It could be that they were aiming towards the OI and they hit me by accident, but 6th sense didn't go off, so presumably I wasn't spotted. Again, it's in moments like this that if you're patient and you sit and wait, the enemy will come to you and then you can slot them one by one. I've only got 1 heat round left, but I'll make it count. I might only get a couple of shots off before they get me, but I'll make them pay for it. Just scanning the general area where the tanks were seen, in the hope that something turns up. Ah, spotted a Jackson. First shot gets into him, and he's looking in my direction, but he can't see me. Second shot goes in, he still can't see me. And there's the kill. The Samua is in sight. Wait for the shots. Wait for it. Yep, got him. So, I'm now up to 4 kills. And they couldn't see me. 6th sense never went off. They didn't know where I was. The Jackson was looking, but he couldn't see me at all. Bushes were working. Again, scanning the area. I know that there's an M6 and an OI. We're 1 tank up on the enemy now. They've got an A44 in the north of the railway line, and the IS-6 is indicating him. Probably hoping that the Hellcats or somebody actually moves to attack. Aha! M6 comes into sight. First shot does some damage. Low roll. He's pulling back. I might be able to get another shot into him. And it's a kill shot. So 5 kills now. And from just sitting in the bush waiting for the enemy to come to me. You see, it does work. You don't have to dive in and die straight away in a battle. You just be patient, sit at the back, wait for the enemy to come to you, and then you can finish them off and get nice kills and nice scores. At this moment, I very much felt that my job was to actually hold this flank and make sure that the enemy did not come through this way. I really did feel that there was a possibility that the enemy would come around this direction, and lo and behold, we've got an OI. I try a test shot, but no, don't get anything off that. In fact, he's behind the houses and some distance away. Tried another shot, but obviously it was a complete waste. Lost sight of the OI now. It's 4 versus 3 now. The A44 has gone missing in the north. The Scorpion was last seen in the middle trench, but we haven't seen him for a while. And of course the OI down this end of the map. The A44 in sight again. Still plenty of time, 4 minutes 40 seconds. I just need to make sure that if the enemy tries to come through this route to attack our flank, to attack our cap, that I'm going to make sure that they die in the process. Just need to cover these bushes. Watch what's going on. I didn't feel that confident enough to actually go forward, not with only 131 hit points at this stage in the game. I'd be risking too much. If I got myself killed, it would put the score equal and give the enemy a chance to come in through this flank. So I stayed where I was, specifically to cover this flank and make sure that the enemy couldn't use it. I'm pretty sure something's going to come this way. My reasoning is that obviously this flank of the map has got plenty of cover. And if the enemy's going to make a thrust towards the cap, it'll be through this route, because all these houses allow you to move up and stay in cover until you absolutely need to start shooting at the enemy. You wouldn't think that these bushes would provide enough cover, but they do. Now I've moved up to this bush to get a bit closer, to get a clear sight on what's going on. Okay, we're going to go one more bush. And yeah, I was kicking myself for not doing that, knocking that bush down. But in actual fact, at this stage of the game, and the fact that there's no Arty, there was very little risk. Oh, we got an enemy. An A44, the one that was up north, has come south, and I slot him with one shot to get the top gun. And I was seen this time, so I have to move, because the enemy knows where I will be. So I've decided to move ahead. And there's the OI, and he did come this way. So I'm moving to cover as quickly as I can, trying to keep the buildings between me and the OI. And what I didn't realise at this moment, that even though I was spotted by the OI, the IS-6 in the north could see him as well. And all I needed to do now was sit here and watch for him. And I decided to move back to my original bush, because I didn't think he would think that I'd do that. And there he is again. We spotted him. Okay, wait for it, wait for it. I might be able to get a shot on this guy. Aiming lower plate, I fired a round in. It distracts him and keeps him attention in this direction. And the IS-6 in the north, he's been tracked. The IS-6 is taking aim. And there you go. He's killed the OI. So now I can move forward. And hopefully they'll find the Scorpion. They have found the Scorpion and they kill him. And I platoon with the IS-6 just before the end of the battle. So we've both got a brothers in arms out of this one. So, end of battle stats. Let's have a look at them. And you can see that I managed to get a first class tanker in the Scorpion, the M56 Scorpion. And it's the first time I've had a first class. I've never had an ace in this yet. But I've had a lot of fun in it, I must admit. It's quite an interesting little tank destroyer. I've got a fire for effect for doing more damage than the hit points of my own vehicle. I've got a master gunner for getting 5 armor penetrating hits in a row, and a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits in this one. I got 7. I got a brothers in arms because I was in platoon with somebody else who managed to get at least 3 kills. In fact, we got 10 kills between us, And I also got a Top Gun for getting at least 6 kills in this game, and I was most proud about that because I felt, well, that was the reward for being patient and sitting there at the back waiting for the enemy to come to me and then for me to take them out. My win rate from the battle was 3,920, which is Super Unicum standard, and I was quite happy with that. So let's have a look at team score. Well, there you go. At the top of the table, it's actually the IS-6. He did more damage than me, 2,901 hit points of damage. He picked up a Brothers in Arms and a Steel Wolf from that game. The next high scorer was actually the Su-101 on the enemy team with 2,224, and then the Samur SM with 2,119. I was actually a little way down the table because I was actually in 5th place on damage. The Ferdinand managed to get more damage than me. He got 1,985 and he picked up a cool headed. I got 1,928 and just got the Brothers in Arms and Top Gun. The OI who went ahead, he got a cool headed during that game as well, but sadly he did die during the game. When it came to kills, I got the highest number with 6. The IS-6 got 4. The P-43-2, who I never saw, had 3 kills, and then there's a whole bunch of tanks with 2 kills apiece. And when it came to base XP, it was the IS-6 that did the best, 1,109. He was the only player to get over 1,000, and then I followed up with 995 in the Scorpion, and 759 went to the OI. I fired 17 90mm rounds, got 14 direct hits and 10 penetrations, damage of 1,928 hit points, of which 1,268 were at more than 300 meters. I received 1 hit, it was a penetration, it was from the OI, and I don't think he saw me. I just think he fired in the general direction of my OI and hit me instead, so I think it was a lucky shot for him. I spotted 1 enemy vehicle, damaged 7 of the enemy, killed 6, did 155 hit points of damage assistance. On a premium count, I earned 54,243 credits from the game, got 27,122 from personal reserves, total at 81,365, but I did fire all of the heat rounds that I had in the magazine, and I only ended up with 49,016 credits to take away. I got 25 bonds from the battle though, and 1,492 XP times 2 for the first victory, 299 for this being a premium vehicle, and 1,492 from personal reserves, and took away 4,776 experience points altogether. So I suppose the lesson from this one is, don't go diving in to engage the enemy straight away. Think about what you're going to do. Hang back, let the other people go in, let them dive in, and then pick your spots and make your stand and let the enemy come to you and then pick them off where they can't see you, and that way you will get all the kills and you'll have all the victory in the end. I know sometimes it can be very frustrating if somebody else goes diving in and they go after the tank and they get the kills and you get a feeling of being left behind, but honestly, I tell you, it's sometimes a lot better to sit at the back behind them, watch what they're doing, watch what mistakes they make, and then capitalize on their mistakes by actually taking out the enemy in a cold and judged way. And you're sitting at the back, you can pick your moment to take them on, and because you can use the push mechanic at the back, you can do it in so they can't see where you're firing from. So don't go rushing after the kills, let the kills come to you and then take them out one by one. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like and do subscribe to our channel, and thanks for watching.